We are live on the Playmaker Football Betting Show. It is me, Peter, with Sheffield Shuffler. I'm here with Garrett Kerman. What's up, Garrett?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
Fantastic, Garrett. Thanks for joining me as my new co-host. I appreciate it.
No, man. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here on the Props HQ network with you, my man.
Yes, Garrett, tell everybody a little bit about you. Obviously, this is the first time on the show, so tell me about what you do, where people can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm Garrett Kerman, also known as a fight analyst, but don't let that fool you. My first love was football since growing up, and then kind of shifted over to the MMA side, but football's been my life since I was little. I was a professional Madden player back in the day. So
Magic?
Madden,
Oh,
NFL,
Madden.
Madden, bro. Like NFL Madden, and this John Madden football has been my thing, fantasy football. So this kind of right in my alley. But most of my time, I'm breaking down fights, giving out fight picks on the KO breakdown here on the Props HQ network. But yeah, I'm here to make some money for you guys, and on this NFL slate. Also, you could find me at Fight Analyst LLC on Twitter and Fight Analyst on all social platforms. Got to plug that in there.
Plug it, Garrett. Well, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. Guys, just so you know, all of our odds are brought to you by PointsBet. So, guys, go ahead and scan that little QR code at the bottom there. PointsBet. Scan that QR code and register to get up to $2,000 in free bets. So all the odds that we're giving you today on this show are brought to you by PointsBet. Like I said, make sure you scan that QR code and register to sign up for $2,000 worth of free bets. I've never met anybody before that's given me $2,000 worth of free anything. Garrett?
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, free money is free money. Who doesn't want free money? So go there, sign up, use that QR code, and get some free cash.
It's beautiful. Technology is great. You can just go ahead and scan that code now. Like I said, do all that, sign up, register. So all of our odds, like I said, are going to be brought to you by PointsBet. Garrett, we got a football game tomorrow, Thursday night matchup. We got Saints versus Cardinals. I'm curious to know your thoughts, Garrett. Let me know what's going on.
Oh man, we can only hope it's been better than the last couple Thursday night games that we've had.
Good Lord.
I mean,
been bad. It's been bad.
Could it be a little bit better? I would hope so. You would think these two teams would be a little bit better, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Are you?
It can't get much worse. Am I right?
No, it really can't. I mean, the last few weeks have been atrocious. I think we could get a little bit of a step up. I think a little bit.
I mean, we have a very mobile quarterback in Kyler Murray. We got DeAndre Hopkins coming back. So a little bit of a storyline we can look at, something to get excited for. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit better. But Garrett, let me know here what you got for either a side or a total on Thursday night's matchup tomorrow.
I'm taking a look at the under 44 points here total between Arizona and New Orleans Saints. These two teams, they're struggling, especially offensively. The Cardinals' last three games, they haven't been good. I know we're getting Hopkins back, but you got other superstars that are injured. Hollywood Brown is injured. Your tailbacks are both injured. You're onto your third running back. I feel like the offense is still sputtering, and Hopkins is coming back. He needs to get acclimated back into some playing time. So I don't think a huge game is in store for him. And then on Saints, they're missing their two star wide receivers, Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas. On a short week, these guys don't want to go out there and sling the ball like 100 times. I feel like we're going to see a lot of ball control, a lot of Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Taysom Hill, just kind of run the ball, eat some clock away, and take some pressure off that defense that's been absolutely torched in the last couple of games. So I'm looking at just like a slow, grinded out type of game, 21-17, that type of game. I'm taking the under.
Beautiful. Garrett likes that under 44.5. Like you said, a lot of running. There's a lot of uncertainty from the wide receiver position, some injuries, especially from the Saints side. So I'm with you on that. I like that under 44. For me, I'm picking a side here, and I'm going with Cardinals -2.5. So both these teams are 2-4, right? But the Cardinals stand out to me, and they appear to be more of a mid team, as the kids like to say, right? They rank 14th in all of these categories. They rank 14th in offense, in defense, in passing, and rushing, while the Saints are a top 5 offense in yards per game and a top 7 in rushing yards per game. Saints total 31% more rushing yards than league average, so they're very efficient on the ground. Biggest factor in this game for me, like I said, is going to be the return of DeAndre Hopkins and what his role is going to be in this game. We mentioned before, the Saints have health issues. They continue. Jameis Winston, Andy Dalton, both limited at practice, back injuries. Jarvis Landry, an ankle. Michael Thomas has a foot injury. Marshawn Lattimore has abdomen injury. Andrews Pete, one of the O-linemen, chest injury. Adam Trout, a tight end, an ankle. Mark Ingram, a knee. All of these guys were non-participants today. We know sometimes they sit out, but still, it's not a good look when everybody's been banged up. With so much in the air on who's going to be quarterback, do we know who it's going to be? What's going on? I don't see this as a week that they're going to come together and pull out a win against this Cardinals team, who welcomes back one of the best wide receivers in football. So for those reasons, I am leaning towards that Cardinals -2.5 under a field goal. I like it at that.
I like it, man. I think that's a smart play too. I feel like you're going to see the progression out of Kyler Murray, especially now getting his number 1 receiver back.
Absolutely. So, guys, we get a lot of this information, stats, things like that. I'm just going to bring this up here from FTN. Guys, FTN. Please go to ftnbets.com/free for a free 3-day trial. Now, FTN, I'm just going to pull this up here, is your home for legal sports betting tools, picks, odds, advanced betting, models, parlay calculators, prop shop, and more. So get the best betting information you can, like I said, from FTN Bets. So go ahead and check that out. You're going to get a free 3-day trial as well. So make sure you check out FTN Bets so you can get all this kind of information that me and Garrett are talking about. And we're not hoarding all this information ourselves. We want to share it with you guys, right?
Absolutely, man. I mean, FTN Bets, great tools there. I love a lot of stat projections. That's where we get all of our stuff from. You got to head over there, get it now, and just, get on our level. We're at this level right here. You need to be at this level by going to FTN Bets.
Garrett said it. All right, Garrett. So we covered Thursday nights. Now we're going to get into the Sunday slate. Let me know your first play for Sunday, what you're looking at.
Oh, man, I'm going out on a limb here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Colts +2.5 over the Tennessee Titans. I know, like I said, I'm going out on a limb here, but Matty Ice, I think, gets it done for us. I mean, he already has a good track record against Tennessee. He threw for almost 400 yards and 2 touchdowns in his last game just a few weeks ago. He looked good down the stretch. He came back. He fought through adversity. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. Fight through adversity, come back, and get the hard-fought win that they really needed. And they're going into hostile territory now, riding the hot hand. I think Taylor should be back in the fold as well. They got a bunch of running backs to help, ease Taylor back into the mix and keep him healthy. And then also you look at the other things. You're getting +2.5 to fade Ryan Tannehill. Why not? I mean, that's something I would love to do. And also, it's not bad when the trends are going your way, as well as the Titans are 3-7 against the spread and 2-8 straight up against the Colts in the last, since 2012. So that's what I got for you.
I like it. So yeah, you'll take the points there with the Colts, getting them. It looks like it moved to 2 right now. So
nice.
if you do like the Colts, it's going down. If you like the Titans, like I said, it's at +2 and -2 right now. But yeah, it looks like you said JT should be coming back, right? Getting a little bit reinforcement on the ground game. So taking a little bit of pressure off of Matt Ryan. It's kind of what you're thinking, right?
Yeah. I feel like he's going to be in a groove here. He's Matt Ryan's finally kind of getting into the groove with his new receivers, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman and Mo Ali Cox and all the, guys that he hasn't had too much time with. I feel like we're seeing his progression as the games go on, and against a team that he already knows he could decimate through the air. I think he gets it done here.
So Garrett, you're saying Matt Ryan not washed.
Not washed, man. He's
Not washed.
I'm telling you, he might get the Colts over that hump, and he's gonna get them to the postseason.
All right, fair enough. That's Garrett's take. Likes the Colts plus 2.5. It moved down to 2 already. One of the games that I'm looking for here is the Lions plus 7. Give me the Lions with a touchdown for the reasons that Lions are a top 3 scoring team, averaging 28 points per game. They rank 8th best in pass yards per game and 8th best in rushing yards per game. They have an efficient offense. On the flip side, nobody's giving up more points to their opponents than the Lions, 34 points per game. Lions are 3-2 against the spread, while Dallas is 4-2. This screams backdoor cover for me, right? We've seen, Stafford pad his stats a lot of the time when he was in Detroit, coming back from behind. When the Lions are spotted a touchdown like they are on Sunday, they're 4 for 5 against the spread. So you give the Lions a touchdown, 4 for 5 against the spread. I like that. The matchup I want to look at here is the Lions run game versus Dallas's run defense, right? So Lions rank top 8 rushing team. DeAndre Swift is expected to be back this week. The Cowboys have given up the 6th most fantasy points to running backs this season and rank 16th against rushing yards. So the Cowboys will probably have their way against Detroit on this weekend. The Lions have to put up points and move the ball, but if they can establish the run and lean on that, I think they could keep it closer than it should be. So give me a touchdown with the Lions, and I can see a backdoor cover happening here with the highest scoring offense in the league. What do you think? Makes sense?
I think it makes sense. You also have to factor in that Dak it's his first game back. I mean, he's not going to be firing all cylinders his first game back after, the injury that he had. I don't expect him to come out there and throw 300 to 400 yards either. I feel like it's going to be more of a balanced attack. So in that case, the game should be a lot closer because Dak's not going out there and slinging the ball around. I like it.
Beautiful. Garrett, you are up, my man.
Taking a look at the Giants plus 3 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm just going to ride the hot hand here. I mean, we're riding the hot hand with the Colts. I'm riding the hot hand with the Giants. Giants 5-1. They're exceeding expectations like no other. And then they're facing a team that's, on the downswing now. I mean, the Jaguars look like, they were a coming out party, right? And then now they're kind of like a middling of the pack again. They're pretty much going to have to focus on their run game because Lawrence he just doesn't have it right now. And I feel like the pressure is getting to him and Christian Kirk, and he's not on the right page with his receivers at this point. And the Giants really, their defense is what's been keeping them in these games. That's the reason why they're coming back in majority of these games, because their defense is keeping them in it. And on the road, that Danny Dimes has been doing very, very well. He's 14-6 against the spread. And then you have someone like Saquon Barkley to take the load off of him, who's the number 1 rusher in the league. I think they're going to play a lot of clock management, maintain control of the ball, play good defense, and get out of there with another dub. And then 6-1 Giants. Imagine that. The New York Giants at 6-1.
Yeah, fighting with the Eagles for a top spot in the NFC East, right?
Right. I mean, who you think about that right before the season, would anybody thought Eagles 6-0 and then the Giants possibly 6-1, and then the Cowboys are where they're at 4-2? That's nuts.
Yeah, I think the Giants over under total at the beginning of the season was around 6.5 or 7, if I'm not mistaken, and they're right there.
That's insane. Everybody just cashing those tickets at this point.
Biggest thing for me in this game would be the Jaguars defense. They rank 19th in opponents' points per game at only 19 points. So less than 20 points they're giving up per game. You could look at their schedule and say, it's whatever. They're playing Houston, Indiana, or Indianapolis, but they've also played Philly, the Chargers. So the defense is not looking too shabby as well from the Jacksonville Jaguars side.
That is true. I mean, I just feel Barkley's going to have a game, and I feel like
He's
the
been having
defense,
games, right?
right? Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much taking a lot of the workload off of Danny Dimes over there, but I just feel like the Giants, their defense is what's really been helping them get over the hump of their offense kind of like sputtering a little bit throughout these games. And I feel like Lawrence really, he's going to get pressured a lot. And I don't think that front seven, I don't think the offensive line is going to be able to hold the front seven from, sacking Lawrence a little bit.
Yeah, Jacksonville 10 sacks on the season. So I like it. I would also look at that under as well. I think that would be a good underplay in this game.
I do like that as well.
Game I'm looking at here, another ugly spot, is the Texans at +7. It's pretty gross. Pretty gross.
A little bit.
Yeah, Texans, they rank dead last in almost every category. 32nd in points scored this season, 31st in yards, 29th in rushing, 29th in passing, 31st in first downs. Raiders offense is top 6 in football in points per game. They're averaging 25 points per game, but they're also averaging 26 points allowed, which is why they're 1-4 this season. Raiders have been struggling, and I think this is a good get bet spot for them to kind of beat up on a team and kind of get their offense going the way that we know they're capable of. Texans have kept most of these games pretty close, although I know they played Denver, Chicago, Jacksonville. They were beat by 10 by the Chargers. But with that being said, I do like the Texans when they're spotted a touchdown. Again, like they are on Sunday, they're covering the spread 60% of the time. So again, maybe another backdoor cover here. But I do like the points. At least give me a touchdown with the Texans at +7. It's gross, but number one key that I always like to remember in sports betting, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So if I'm putting money on the Texans, that makes me uncomfortable, which lets me know I'm in the right spot.
I like that. I really do like that. And then David Mills, I mean, the guy's actually kind of been balling out a little bit here and there. He's had some really good bright moments, so maybe this could be one of those bright moments.
Yeah, Dameon Pierce, very good running back. They are averaging less than 100 yards rushing per game, and I know he's been pretty good as well, but I just kind of see them sticking around, kind of like how they kept a lot of games close this season, and if you're going to spot me a touchdown, I'm going to go ahead and take those points.
Yeah, I like that as well.
And then you have that was it for you have for the Sunday night game. So I did have one more play for Sunday, another scary spot for me, the Jets money line. Who's taking Jets money line? Well, maybe some people are now. Broncos coming off of a short week, 2-4 against the spread this season. Jets 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games, and 3-0 when they're away, like they are going to be on Sunday. Believe it or not, Jets are a top 10 scoring offense. Who would have thought that? They have a Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year candidates on their team. Denver ranks dead last in football in scoring. Nobody scores less points than Denver. Denver also ranks dead last in red zone percentages this season. So even when they get inside the 20, they can't score. While the Jets are a top 9 in the NFL in red zone percentage. So Jets beat Green Bay in Lambeau. They crushed the Dolphins. They beat the Steelers. They beat Cleveland. So for this one, give me the Jets on the money line. There's no way I'm going to back Russ at this point.
Can you believe it? We're on the Giants. I'm on the Giants, and you're on the Jets. Can you believe this? Like this is 2022 football here.
It's crazy, right?
Nobody even thought you would never think about betting on the New York Giants and the New York Jets back last year, just 12 months ago.
Sure, but I mean, if you're getting 7 points,
No,
I mean, yeah,
I get it. No, I like the spot. I'm just thinking it like rationally. We're thinking about it now because like we're so used to these two teams being so bad that now it's like it's crazy to think how good they actually are because they're not bad teams. They're not just over exceeding their expectations. I feel like these two teams could possibly make the postseason.
Absolutely, yeah. And like we said, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, Sauce Gardner and Brees Hall, both on the Jets, absolutely crushing it. So, I mean, they got a good head coach there in Saleh. So who
Yep.
knows what's going to happen? I mean, he's keeping receipts. He said that earlier this season, right?
Yep. That's true.
Keeping those receipts. So those are our plays for Sunday, guys. That's what we like. But also, we are into entries from Prize Picks. So gonna put this up here, guys. Prize Picks is also sponsoring this show. Man, Brandon, or I'm sorry, Garrett. Garrett, we got so many sponsors for the show. It's absolutely incredible.
I know. I love it.
Um,
Especially this one right here.
mhm. So, but before we give out our prize pick entries or players to look at, guys, all first-time users on Prize Picks that deposit with our promo code, you'll receive 100% back, instant deposit up to $100. So, if you deposit $100, you're going to get $100 back. That is a great return on investment, ROI. If you deposit 50, Prize Picks will give you $50 back. So make sure, again, you can scan that QR code, sign up. You can use Playmaker as the code there, and they're going to give you that money back. Anything that you deposit up to $100. So Prize Picks, thank you guys so much for the free coin, as the kids like to say, right?
Absolutely, man. PrizePicks is awesome. I love
Yeah.
I love the platform. The more or less makes it easy, especially on, recreational bettors, guys that aren't like so much into the research. It's just easy. It's more or less. That's it. That's it.
It's 50-50. You pick one or the other. It's super
Right.
simple. It's a lot of fun. Keeps you interested in some of these games that you might not be interested in. But
Right.
Garrett, let me know what prize pick entries or more or less players that you're looking at here.
I'm taking a look at Kyler Murray more than 1.5 passing touchdowns on Thursday night. I just think he's getting some guys back, especially Hopkins. He's his end zone threat. He's got numerous touchdowns from him in the past. Zach Ertz, on the other hand, and we know how bad the Saints defense is. I know I'm going under 44 points in the total, but I expect at least 2 to 3 passing touchdowns for Kyler Murray, and I think that's kind of a steal. They're kind of giving one for Thursday Night Football, and I feel like that's our gimme right there.
Beautiful. I'm also going to stay in that game as well. I'm looking at AJ Green. Now, AJ Green, his receiving yards is more or less than 25 and a half. Okay. I'm looking at AJ Green at 24 and a half, so 1 yard less. He has hit under that 5 out of 5 games. So now the question is he going to get more targets because DeAndre Hopkins is coming back and he's going to be more targeted? So for me, I'm looking at maybe AJ Green. This might be the game that he gets more than his projected totals. Like I said, it's only sitting at 25 and a half. Such a low number. You have one of the best wide receivers in DeAndre Hopkins coming back, such a low number. And I know he's hit under that 5 out of 5 times. I'm thinking, let's go for it here. Let's say he's going to go more than his projected total. So I'm looking at AJ Green. Maybe 2 catches could easily eclipse that number. So I really like that one for Thursday night.
Yeah, I agree with that, especially with Hollywood Brown not in the picture anymore. So in 2 wide sets, you're getting AJ Green and Hopkins out there, while in the slot you'll get Ronald Moore. So yeah, I like it. I think he's gonna get some. He's gonna get targets no matter what.
I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Anderson taking his spot. Wow, David Thomason
Well,
saying
I
Anderson.
mean that's true, but I don't think right away. I feel like he's got to get a little bit acclimated with the playbook before just jumping right in and taking AJ Green's spot.
That's what I'm saying. Garrett, did you have another prize pick entry or player that you like their more or less than totals?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Tua Tagovailoa less than 255.5 passing
Concussions?
yards.
Oh,
Huh?
passing yards. Okay.
Yeah, 255.5 passing yards. Taking less than. I just feel like this is a guy that's coming off a scary injury, and I don't think their head coach is really going to put him out there to get sacked again numerous times. I mean, their offensive line isn't the best. I feel like they're gonna, he's just gonna do enough to win. The Dolphins defense should do well to keep them in the game where Tua doesn't have to go crazy. He doesn't have to pass for 400 yards and have to, come back down 20 points against the Ravens like he had to do there. So I'm seeing a more balanced attack with Raheem Mostert as well, and just short completions. I'm gonna take the less than 255.5 passing yards.
Fair enough. I like it. Some other prize pick entries that I was seeing here, guys. If you like the GOAT, Tom Brady, for interceptions, under a half an interception, that's hit at 5 out of 6 games this season. So over 83%. Tom Brady going against Carolina, the 32 ranked defensive team. So I like Tom Brady to not throw an interception against Carolina, who has a bad defense. Tom looking to protect the ball a little bit, maybe a lot of the run game against this Carolina front. So I'm looking for Tom Brady, especially after last weekend. He was yelling at his receivers. Let's see them get together this week, get on the same page. There's no Robert Kraft wedding for Tom Brady to attend. So maybe under that, less than the interceptions for Tom Brady. That looks like at under 1 interception. That's what I'm looking at. Sorry. The vernacular, I have to watch myself. So I'm getting trying to watch myself here. And I know I messed it up already. So
no worries. No worries.
Less than 1 interception from Tom Brady against this Carolina defense, like I said, who ranks 32 in defensive rankings. So those are the two that I got. Garrett, did you have another one for us?
I think that's about where I'm at for this week's slate in terms of prize picks. I think those are the two that really stand out. Plus, there's not a lot right now. We'd have to wait a little bit more towards the end of the week. That's when more projections will come out on prize picks. So, but right now, I think those are the ones I'm kind of keying in on.
How about anytime touchdowns? Do you have anything for someone to look at to score either on Thursday, Sunday? I'm looking at anytime touchdowns right now.
Anytime touchdowns. That's a good one. I like, I like to go against the Lions defense. I would like to take, I don't know the line because I don't have it up right now, but CeeDee Lamb to score a touchdown. Anytime scorer.
Okay. CeeDee Lamb, anytime scorer. Trying to see what that's at. Everything's loading here.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's, you're going against the terrible, Detroit defense, and we know that CeeDee Lamb is his number one target for Dak and even Cooper Rush when he was out there. And I feel like, the target hog, he knows it's his safe valve. Coming back from injury, Schultz and CeeDee Lamb are going to be his safe valve. And I feel like he's going to get a ton of opportunities, especially in the red zone, for him to just kind of throw it up there and CeeDee Lamb go and make it, especially that crazy one-handed catch that he took a few weeks ago. So yeah, I got Lamb.
All right, I'm just looking at some touchdown stuff here. I think that's all I got right now that I have. I was also looking at Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, more than 70.5 receiving yards. He's hit that in 4 out of 6 games. They're playing Cleveland. Cleveland is ranked 28 defensively. So possibly Mark Andrews, more than 70.5 receiving yards. I saw there as well. Might be a good look for the Ravens on Sunday.
Well, I sure hope so, because I got Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson on my fantasy squad. So I need all. Yeah, that's my stack. I have him. I have those two, and then I also have Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen, who played 2 quarters for me all season. So
beautiful. My stack is Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
Ooh,
that's my stack.
That's a good one.
It's a good stack. Yeah, I love stacking. I mean, there's obviously Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs is a good
Yeah.
stack, but yeah, coming up with especially on Sunday night when they played Dallas, Jalen Hurts too. AJ Brown had a touchdown, which was finished me off, got me that win for the fantasy week. So
There you go. I like it.
beautiful. Yeah. Well, Garrett, thank you for your insight. I appreciate it. I think that was everything that we covered. I'm just going to rocket through it real quick. Again, guys, Cardinals -2.5, Lions +7, Texans +7, Jets on the money line. Garrett likes that Thursday night under 44. He also likes the Colts +2.5 and those Giants at +3. And then again, our player entries on PrizePicks. You can go back and see as well. We listed off a bunch of players who have hit at a high rate for those entries. So go ahead and get a PrizePicks entries together. Like I said, guys, you can match up to $100. They will give you that money back. Garrett, we're right on time, dude. 30 minutes.
Loved it. I had a great time breaking down the slate, putting some money in everybody's pockets. That's what we love to do.
Analysis, breakdowns, information. That's what we're here for. Guys, every Wednesday night around 8:30, we go live. This is going to be live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts, so you can listen to me and Garrett giving you information, stats, analysis on Thursday night game, Sunday slate, and our prize pick entries. We'll be back next Wednesday. Garrett, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday.